All right, cool. So, welcome back to what is going to be match number 2 here. S0nstar taking on Nagne as IM versus KT Rollster, another match that we saw earlier on today between the teams. And S0nstar is going to be playing the Varus. He is the AD carry player for the IM team, Incredible Miracle. And Nagne, the mid laner, will be playing the Karma.
Alright, so we'll see if there is karmic justice here. Doran's starts for both laners, which is a completely different take on the 1v1 matchup than our previous 1v1. And of course, do want to drop a quick apology for some of the lag issues coming out there, completely beyond our control. But to talk about the 1v1 in-game in our first series of the night, it was all sustained. It was crystalline flask, it was tons of potions, but now we actually have Doran's items for maybe a little bit of early combat.
The only thing is here is the Doran's blade will out-sustain the Doran's ring. That's only if, S0nstar isn't completely zoned off. If he doesn't get hit up there. That's just a bit of a troll coming in. Nagne has plenty of mana regeneration. He'll be fine. But
I was like, Nagne,
interesting.
Come on, man, you gotta take every advantage you can. Go for that maximum BM at level 1 and try to hit the Qs. S0nstar does have the ability to, land Qs of his own, but he hasn't skilled the skill just yet. Do you go for Hail of Arrows to maybe land more reliable damage, or Piercing Arrow to be able to CS and poke things down?
I think he'll be maxing Piercing Arrow. Just to make sure that he can keep pushing the wave out, no problem. But who knows? Maxing Hail of Arrows wouldn't be that bad, but you miss a lot of damage there. So it's honestly on his preference if he wants to stop some, maybe one of Nagne's potions or two, just reduce that healing by half. So we'll see. The wave is now in play.
I gotta feel very sorry for the observers for games like this, because when you're in a 5v5, there's crazy stuff happening all over the map, but in a 1v1, it's like, well, I'm gonna put my camera in the mid lane, and it's gonna watch them kill creeps for a little bit, and then there's all kinds of action, but you don't really need to move the camera too much for that. There is already a Soulfire, I believe it is called there. Now costs 1 mana after the... Oh, it's wrong game. But you get the idea. Nagne able to get that early wave pushing in there. It's going to be a race for level 2. And I think if you do get a early level 2 there on, Nagne's Karma, throw down an early tether and maybe force not a flash. It's going to be summoner heal they're using as primarily the sustain and possibly a little bit of an escape spell too.
Yeah, that extra move wouldn't be too bad from running away from the Karma. And Nagne taking up a barrier and teleport is interesting in itself. I mean, he's going to be able to shield himself twice. He's going to be able to teleport back to lane if anything goes awry and maybe get Doran's ring or two. I'm not sure exactly how he plans on killing anybody, but if he brings us the farm game, that's where he definitely shine.
Now, one difficulty that I'm finding right now for S0nstar is that without flash specifically, if Nagne walks forward, even using a little bit of extra move speed from her shield, and drops a tether onto S0nstar, how does he get out of that tether?
He doesn't. He just man modes and fights up.
I would hope so, and that's what Nagne has to worry about. So maybe a cloth armor on is the pickup when he goes back. Probably just Doran's rings. We already saw how effective that was earlier for some days Nunu.
Yeah, Doran's rings definitely the standard for the AP in the 1v1 matchup, and Doran's blades can be the same for the AD side of it. But the AD side could also go for Vampiric Scepter and stuff like that, and just really make it almost impossible to kill him by just poking.
Now, speaking of poking, that is very mana reliant for both players, and so you have to keep an eye on that stat for S0nstar. He's dropping down a little bit lower, doesn't have any way to get mana back, and that is an advantage that Nagne will have from the Doran's ring, both regeneration, passive, and active from killing creeps. Going to help him out there with the poke, which is also defensive due to the shield. A very diverse champion kit there for Nagne. We'll have to see if that is effective enough to turn this around. You can see, S0nstar continuing to get hit by those Mantrid Soulfires.
Yeah, that's not what you want in this matchup, especially considering that Nagne is still very, very far ahead of you in terms of health. And I mean, he just keeps going for the Mantrid Soulfires, and you're going to have a tough time. Especially if he gets hit by the second proc, you're pretty much dead.
Do want to correct myself, it is actually Soul Flare, which in some way is different than Soulfire somehow. I don't know, but technically that is the name.
I mean, at least you're not Morgana from like Marvel vs. Capcom, where you're just spamming Soulfire. Or I think it's, I forget what it is. Whatever, wrong game.
Something close. sticking to League of Legends, and as far as Nagne is concerned, he's gonna have the wave in a good spot. If he hits, it's not even about hitting level 6, because of course Karma doesn't really gain all that much of an advantage from hitting level 6, because he already has all 4 spells. Moving forward here onto S0nstar, like we said, it's gonna be about that tether. If she gets in range, S0nstar's gonna have a bad time, and specifically now that S0nstar is very low in mana, Nagne does have a very big advantage, being able to still cast all of his spells while S0nstar is kind of running dry on the mana department. It's like it's Black Friday, it's Christmas, the mana department got hit really hard by shoppers. It's barren wasteland. S0nstar needs to restock the shelves, but how's he gonna do that? The answer is probably through a trip back to base. But what item are both of these players farming for?
I think Nagne is just gonna pick up more Doran's rings. And S0nstar should be just looking for a Vampiric Scepter or Blades. I want to say that he'll prioritize getting more Doran's Blades, but who knows? Nagne will go back to base. He'll choose his timing, and you know. Oh, actually doesn't get hit out there. Wow.
I probably should have used the Scrying Orb a little bit earlier to stop the recall with a Piercing Arrow, but I think that was primarily to see, hey, is Karma going back to base? Is this an opportunity that I can use to shove this wave in and then hope for a back timing of his own?
Yep. So I believe once he kills off this range creep here, he'll be good to go back to base. Yeah. So he'll go back. He's got 51 CS. It's going to be a quad Doran ring pickup for Nagne.
Whoa!
I'm expecting a quad Doran Blade for S0nstar.
I don't know if you were playing way back in the beta far enough, but I think it was Season 1 where the build for AD carries and mid laners used to be just stacking Doran's items. And of course that was when Doran's items were completely broken. But yeah, there you go. As many Doran's as humanly possible. 4 swords for S0nstar and 4 rings for Nagne.
Does he just shoot the swords now? Is that what happens? I don't know how he carries those. He's supposed to be Arctic Ops, supposed to be sneaky, and
he has a giant bow. There are no swords in that skin, Egad. Where are they? I don't see them.
I don't know. In his back pocket. He's an Arctic Op. Maybe he's got him in like a survival bag somewhere hidden in the rift. But
it's a little bit like if you remember playing like the old Legend of Zelda games. Like you have all these items in your bag. Like you have 30 bomb shoes in there, and you're just like, where do I keep all the bomb shoes? Are they in his shoes? I don't know. But there's the tether there from Nagne. I believe he actually might have mantra'd that up, and that actually becomes a huge source of sustain for Karma. If you do go for a mantra'd focused resolve, turns into renewal, and it gives you back 20% of your missing health, which can actually turn around these low health situations. And with no ignites in the game, you're always going to get the full heal value.
And at this point, the poke from Nagne really just doesn't do enough. He can try to tick him out. I mean, S0nstar can just man up and fight and just trade like that, and he gets 12% back in terms of lifesteal, and I mean, you're not gonna win exchanges now against this Varus. It's way too hard.
As far as the auto attacks go, yeah, it's going to be very difficult to to stop that from being in S0nstar's favor. But when it comes to the sustain, I was talking about how renewal actually gives you so much extra health back, but it actually lasts. Oh, no ultimate to land, but look at those auto attacks hitting. Nagne has to play this very, very carefully. Has the mana advantage, but look at that HP, and every time S0nstar auto attacks, he's gonna get so much health back from 3% lifesteal.
Is this the patch where they increase the width on the Chain of Corruption?
No, I think that actually comes a little bit later on, but you can see Nagne there using the mantra'd focused resolve, getting all that HP back from renewal.
Okay, so once they make that change, the Chain of Corruption Varus is probably going to see a like 70% spike in play.
Yeah, it's really good, but arguably has the hardest ultimate to hit in League of Legends.
Yeah, so
like Xerath ultimate's hard to hit, but at least you get 3 tries. For Varus, you just get 1, and it's a very narrow projectile even still. So Nagne pushed back to his turret. He's doing a decent job at CSing and preventing damage being done to him, but just drop down 2 CS again. Might be what turned things around.
I mean, if he can just keep the perfect CS off the waves that come up, at some point he should be able to take an even more significant lead. And once we hit that 100 creep threshold, he just gets 110, and that's it, and that's the game over. And this one might actually be the first one to come down to that creep ruling, so we'll see.
Yeah, I just realized that because the Doran's passives stack, every time Nagne kills a creep, he gets 16 mana back.
Yep.
Which is actually huge, because 16 times 6 minions in a wave, that is 96 mana. Damn, we're like the best mathematicians out there, which is a major feat for me. having a a terrible track record with doing math live on the fly.
Oh jeez.
I think the observers actually pointing out, oh, there's actually the tether going to finish things off. S0nstar in a little bit of trouble, but like I said, somebody here on, there's the ultimate. Nagne could be in a little bit of trouble. There's barrier forced out, but no kills to be had, and S0nstar now out of mana.
That was interesting. I mean, to at least force the barrier was good. Nagne has his TP back up though if he wants to go back to base, and S0nstar held on to the heal, which is the most important thing out of that because that's a pretty low on cooldown, and next set of cooldowns could be Nagne's death. That was close.
Exactly, yeah, one more inner flame, especially if it's mantraed into a soul flare, is that's gonna take down S0nstar. So Nagne just barely survived S0nstar's all in, not once but twice, and is now going to send it back to base. Now it's just in time for his
Oh, Spectral Cowl. Okay, I'm
down.
Yeah,
but the pink ward on the summoner fountain, I'm a little bit confused.
Oh, that's because the tower died. So he did that just to make sure that he spent the gold that he got from the tower dying.
Okay, that's a good thing to point out. I was like, wait a second, how is that in the meta? Then I realized, yep, tower died, so you have to spend the 100 gold that you get from the turret kill just to keep things even.
And then we have a oh geez, I can't remember what that item is. That
a haunting guise versus a fiendish versus a Spectre's Cowl. All right, yeah, a lot of new items coming out, and interesting to see the defenses. So some health there for Nagne, some magic resistance for S0nstar, and what this means is that the Spectre's Cowl. There's actually a lot of healing in a Spectre's Cowl. Every time you take damage, you'll heal a little bit back with some extra regeneration. And so now S0nstar won't take a lot of damage. He'll still have a lot of damage to dish out, but is that enough magic resistance penetration from the haunting guys?
I don't think so. The Spectre's Cowl passive is going to be really nice to have here too, considering that every time he gets hit, it's just going to give him a nice little bit of regeneration, and breaking through that with the Karma is going to be very tough considering how burst oriented she is.
At this rate, now that we're over the 100 CS mark, that means that anytime there is a 10 CS differential between both players, the game's just over. So this is going to be determined primarily by CS, and you can actually use that to maybe get more of an aggressive trade. If your opponent tries to go for CS, you just kill it, because now that CS is so important, could turn this game around.
Yeah, Nagne's going to be 3 ahead the entire time if he doesn't miss any more underneath this turret, so got to keep an eye out of that, because wow, S0nstar just actually missed 2, so that's going to be pretty big. But he gets half the damage to the tower, and he's going to get tethered up. He's going to get rooted in place, but there's no way Nagne can fight this. Yeah, it's way too hard.
Completely going to lose the 1v1, but with S0nstar, the bigger problem is that he's able to push this wave into the turret, and Nagne having a difficult time dealing with that. Will continue to try to stop this wave, but there's the all-in coming in, and Chains of Corruption going to land. There's the counter chain. Coming out, Soul Flare hitting as well. Nagne trying to run away there from the mid lane. S0nstar completely out of mana though. So spent a lot of time going for that all in, but he actually dropped way down in CS, 5 CS more for Nagne, and he wins the game.
Well, I mean, it's gonna be tough to get to that still.
Oh,
Nagne, no. Oh no.
S0nstar, one more auto attack, uses that summoner heal, but he's so far down in HP.
He can't leave the lane or he loses. There's no way.
And he's going to get zoned off the creep wave, and I think this is going to be the victory for Nagne, who just needs about 4 CS, and trip back to base for S0nstar. I think he's just kind of conceding here. If Nagne is able to pick this one up, yep, there is the 10 CS advantage. It's Nagne for KT, picking up game 1 win over S0nstar.
All right, so my prediction was wrong. I thought that S0nstar would be able to do it. The AD Varus looked strong in the beginning, but just the perseverance from Nagne. And also that really close exchange just kind of forcing him all the way back.
We're going to see the epic conclusion of this game.
Wow!
The replay of Nagne killing CS and S0nstar just sitting behind his turret. Not all that much that he can do.
Whoa!
CS it is!
I don't know how to say 3 in Korean, unfortunately, but...
There's Nagne, our winner in the first game of this best of 3 series. He'll take down game number 1, and in KT fashion tonight, EGAD.
All right, cool. Looks like we're on to the Rift now. Nagne's gonna be playing the Caitlyn there. Doran's Blade in a potion. Same for S0nstar, nothing crazy. Getting that strut on out there. He's rocking the Cowgirl Misfortune, and nothing out of the ordinary at all, except for the teleport barrier and the teleporting knight for S0nstar.
And welcome to the Solo King Korea 1v1 tournament. To be fair, when I heard about this tournament for the first time, I was like, okay, so we've got pro players playing 1v1s. It's not going to be super exciting. And then I looked at all the pro players who were playing. We have literally every player and even more that you've seen in things like Champions tournaments over the course of this season. And then you get to watch them play against each other. For Nagne, guys that, maybe not having such a great, time in the regular season in a 5v5 team environment, finally gets a chance to shine just by himself. And on Caitlyn, honestly, the ban phase in 1v1 tournaments was made for Caitlyn. And to see her omitted there just gives Nagne a huge advantage. We'll see if S0nstar's Misfortune can win that 1v1 matchup. And maybe if it comes down to a CS, we finally get to see his AD carry CSing skills at work.
Yeah, at least bullet time this time around can clear out a wave pretty well. Level 6 is going to be a pretty big time for S0nstar. Ace in the hole can harass out, but once the Storm's Blaze start stacking up, the poke really won't matter anymore. Jeez, I'm just really interested to see how this lane actually progresses too, and what S0nstar actually maxes. I expect a double up max, but who knows?
And Nagne does start with Piltover Peacemaker, and instead of using it just to dish out most of the damage to the wave, tried to get all that headshot proc and to start this trade up here versus S0nstar. You can see S0nstar going in for the 1v1. The barrier there, Ignite, gonna get countered out there in that regard. Nagne dropping down to below 100 HP.
That was questionable.
S0nstar unsuccessful in taking down Nagne.
No, that was successful. Ignite is a much shorter cooldown than barrier, and at least he forced the potion early. He's still ahead in terms of HP, and he hasn't gotten a CS advantage, unfortunately, out of that. That's kind of the main thing I was looking at, to see if he could at least make him miss a creep.
Oh, but look at that double up. Off the level 2, just so successful at getting harassed through the minion wave. And Nagne, like you said earlier, not a whole lot of HP here. Those double ups continuing to land.
Yep. Gotta say, double up is a pretty good harassment spell, especially when you know how to utilize the cone that the second bullet comes through, and that's something that Misfortune can completely abuse in a 1 versus 1 matchup. And
level 3 is picked up for both players. We see 2 points put into Piltover Peacemaker there for Nagne. As far as S0nstar is concerned, you're probably going to see 2 points put in double up, as that is the primary way that Misfortune wins trades. Even if it doesn't bounce off the minion, you still get an auto attack reset off of it.
Cheeky. That was very cheeky.
Yeah, he tried for that double up. I don't think there were many worlds in which that landed, but now, going back in. There's a 90 caliber net on the S0nstar. Hits him down. He's down to 100 HP and probably will need to head his way back to base. Has double up if Nagne goes for an early aggressive trade.
I wonder how Nagne, oh man, if he would have saved that headshot proc, he might have been able to kill S0nstar with just a headshot and a Piltover, but just playing it safe for now. He is down in terms of XP. He was zoned away just a little bit. So S0nstar at least has the XP advantage right now, as well as a nice creep advantage too. And he is not running out of mana anytime soon.
Now, if Nagne hits a Piltover Peacemaker here, he definitely has kill potential. Speaking of, the ability to pick up kills, one way that you're going to do that is by closing the gap with your opposing AD carry, and you can do that with 90 caliber net for Nagne, whereas S0nstar just has to run around. So we'll have a faster way to get back to base, and it'll be interesting to see. Oh, okay, gets back there. I was a little bit worried there for a second to see if his back would be stopped, and at that point Nagne would come up with a pretty big advantage off of just being able to CS the wave.
Yep. Going back to base, he picks up a double longsword. So looking for the brutalizer route, looking for the CDR. I don't know what that says in Korean, but I'm gonna assume that it says fun and happy things.
It is actually an advisory that we stop playing League of Legends because we've been playing it for too long. It does that on every hour interval, I think, starting at, I believe, 2 hours or so. But
it's like the old Guild Wars stuff. It's like, yeah, you've been playing for about 2 hours now. You should probably stop.
But there is no rest for the weary here, EGAD. We are continuing our Korean 1v1 tournament, whether we like it or not. Triple Doran's Blades there for Nagne. No Brutalizer for him in the works. He is just looking to, maybe hit the CS cap in in an AD carry versus AD carry matchup. You should see CS be the defining factor. Not incredibly strong early on, although, you know, S0nstar definitely tried it with impure shots and ignite early. Couldn't quite find the all-in.
He just runs into the traps, dude. He doesn't care. He takes so much damage, though. He's got to be really careful. He didn't go for double Dorans, or triple Dorans, excuse me, like Nagne did. His sustain is not going to be as good. And he also built up a pretty big creep wave, which Nagne is going to be able to really just capitalize on. Oh, please.
Just the tip of that build-over Peacemaker hitting, as well as a headshot proc. Not to mention all of that trap damage and minion aggro he took earlier, S0nstar. Ooh, just in a little bit of a rough situation. And the longswords don't even offer him all that much of an advantage because, I mean, for every longsword he has, Nagne has a Doran's blade, which is overall more stat effective. Oh, Nagne, he's just gonna walk forward. There's the 90 caliber net. Gonna hit him down there for the somewhat anticlimactic last hit.
S0nstar's like, all right, whatever. I'm just gonna walk forward and try to kill you. But that really was
we're
a bad
gonna
choice.
see a replay here. S0nstar kind of gives up the ghost at this point. Once he walks around that little outcrop, dodges the build over Peacemaker, but Nagne just kind of walks on him, hits him with a headshot proc, and at this point, kind of knows he has kill potential. Microing forward, S0nstar, like you said, the barrier cooldown coming back up. There's Piltover and the last hit. Nagne with another 2-0 victory over his IM opponent, S0nstar.
Cool, so that means that we will have the team kill situation coming into effect with Someday versus Nagne. And, I mean, we're going to be going to a quick break as well, and